Hello, this is Mark, and welcome. I'm having tea with Kais. Kais, would you want to introduce yourself to everybody?
Hey, hi Mark, and thank you so much for inviting me in your show. So I'm very happy to see you, and my name is Kais, and that's it.
Well, tonight I'm having a cup of Chinese oolong tea, and my usual favorite is chamomile because it's very relaxing, but I decided to change it up a little bit and have some oolong tea. And Kais and I were having a discussion about growth, and he had some really good things to share about it. So, Kais, you want to continue what you're talking about in terms of growth?
Yeah, I was saying that regarding growth, when you start choosing in your life, there are actually certain levels and dimensions that most of the people are, let's say 90% of people, they are in one floor and everyone is trying to search for the right room for himself. And we found out that you can choose and you can go, there are levels that you can just take the lift and go up. And the first level that I think is um, you start choosing what makes you feel good. And this is the initial dimension that you will enjoy it first. But then you found out what makes you feel good and escape from what makes you feel bad is just for you actually. And the next dimension is that you choose what is right for your environment, what is right for you, and you just take the lift up again, and you will find out that the whole universe is tuned with you. You can understand behind the reality that people are seeing. You can understand people, you can understand the systems, you can understand nature. So this is what I think is growth, and it will not stop. I mean, the more you go, the more you try to escape from your script, the more you will grow up.
Very good, Kais. That's a really solid, good answer. And one thing I also want to ask you about is where does confidence fall in with growth?
Confidence. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, actually, coming back to the same point, it's a bit tricky, by the way. When you start choosing and when you start handling your life in the way you want, you start having some confidence. And by confidence, it's back again to the same point. What makes you feel good? And actually, we have, all of us as a human, we have a universal, some sort of neurons. Some people call it gut, which you connect at certain points that we don't know, and this will give you an answer. So the more you connect to this, the more you have answer, and the more you have confidence. And because it will tell you now it's right, go ahead, do it. And the more you trust that feeling, the more you have confidence. And the tricky point is that the more you go, the more you grow, the more that confidence is. Um, it's you actually, so you cannot separate you and what you can download from that area. So confidence is awesome. We have all to go through it, and we have to trust. That's it.
So, Kais, what about like, do you think that people have achieved a certain amount of success in their lives? Do you think that they're lucky, or do you think that they have something to do with it themselves?
um, you mean that those who are successful in life? I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
Does luck play in that, or is it the person doing the proper work?
um, yeah, actually I think that actually the other peoples, they are not lucky. This is what I think. Those that we see now as lucky and they are successful are the one at certain point of their life, they escape from the script, and they have the chance to connect and have some confidence and to have some trust on themselves. And you find them all the time, doing things that they are choosing. So actually, the other peoples, they are not lucky because they are so scripted and they are just following the events that happen to their life, and they believe on what the script is telling them. So that's why they think that those who are choosing, they are successful and they are lucky actually.
And Kais, why is humor important in life?
Humor is important in life. Yeah. Um, yeah, so every one of us will have some events in his life, right? And every one of us will give it a reality. So, and that reality is described by every one of us in a different way. For example, I use patterns to describe these events, as well as systems as well. Some other people will have to describe it differently. I'm sure of that. And with this, you have to add some humor on this, and you have to bring it to the level that it will make it easy for you. And the more you add the humor, the more you enjoy it, and the more you just go through it and pass it in a right way.
Very good answer, Kais. I think you're doing very well. I'm very, pleased to have you on. I know this is new for you. Kais, everybody experiences ups and downs in their lives, right? What do you attribute that to?
What do you mean? You mean that what this how this is to be explained for everyone, or
Yeah, like if you've experienced ups and downs in your life, what would you attribute that to? Do you think that's natural to have ups and downs?
yeah, I think is natural. We cannot all the time be at the up level of downloading, right? You cannot just choose at every single second the right thing, right? So the ups and downs, if you just make an average of it, that's the more important one. So when you are up, you should enjoy it, and when you are down, you should not just drop everything and just go down. So you have just to think that the next one will be up, and then your average is going throughout the year. At the end of the year, you will be much better. So it's fine to have ups and downs. Yeah.
So if someone's going through some difficult times, and you've gone through difficult times, how do you get out of it?
Um, Maybe, yeah. As I said, maybe a sort of luck because um, now scientists they call introvert those who are getting their energy while they are alone. And this actually, the positive side of it is that you are not as scripted as anybody else. So I consider that I was lucky that that I reached a level that I can choose because I was not so much scripted as many other are, and yeah, so maybe luck. I'm not sure really.
Well, I mean, you definitely are, doing a very good job. And one thing that I want to ask you about also is like, you know, does like healing have any relevance to you? Have you gone through any healing in the past?
You mean just going through some sort of sessions just to cure? I didn't get it really.
Well, we all have ups and downs in our lives, right?
Yeah.
And during, we're talking about like, we're on a down stuff like that, and there's sometimes we might have emotional down or physical down or health, our health is down, and we're talking about like getting up. So
Yeah.
healing is a process that we can get up. So how would you describe healing in terms of the process of recuperation?
Actually, before I come to the phase where I can choose what I can see reality, before that I have some sort of reading about emotional brain, and in this there are some tricks where you can find a way how to go up very quickly. For example, just writing, for example, just do mindfulness, and these are the solutions that now scientists they put in a lot of books for everyone just to use and to heal themselves and from the downside, and to let them go up. But I still believe that not everything is chemical, that you can just go through a sort of I don't know, healing phase that will push you up. I think it's very easy. The more you grow, the more you can go up very quickly. And by the way, why you are at the down phase, you will find also a lot of awesome things that you didn't see before. You will see it just differently. And by just relaxing at that position, you can just choose differently and you can grow up very quickly.
Guys, you're very, very insightful. I just want to tell you that, and you definitely are very connected,
Thank you.
and you're really giving some really solid answers, and I'm really liking it. Now we're going up, right? So
Yeah.
what role and how important is optimism as we go up?
Mm. It's back to confidence again, right? I mean, you mean that how we should be optimistic while we are going up, or
Yes.
and how, or yeah, okay. Um, yeah, as I said, the more you are connected, the more you trust yourself, and the more you are, by trusting yourself, for sure you will see yourself as optimistic, and it's all about actually projecting yourself in the future. And for example, you start your week, and you just project that your week will be awesome, or your day will be the best day in your life. And by just doing this, you already put yourself in optimistic side. And but the tricky point, as I said, is that um, relaxing or just having a feeling of optimistic, it's a bit of tricky. You are still at the first dimension, so it should go right actually. Even if you feel bad, if this has an impact and positive impact on your life, in your family, in your environment, then it's good. Then so being just for sure you have to be optimistic, and but it should also be right in in your environment.
Caius, have you ever heard of the expression letting go?
Let it go. Yeah, my daughter is singing this every day. um, yeah, let it go. Yeah, actually, I have a problem with this one. Maybe this is the problem that give me a chance to choose one day, is that I don't let go everything. The smallest, the biggest. It should not go in a random way. And this at certain point of life makes you tired. You should stick to every single event of your life, and it should go correctly. And also I think you are in IT field, so our work as well makes us in a position that we should control every problem and we should solve it very quickly. So this same applies to our life, our understanding of life. But I've learned this let it go very, very recently. I should not stick to each and everything, and very helpful actually. And as you said, the first question is very important, is growth, right? What is important is growth. At the end of the year, if you are perfect, if your growth is going well, then it's fine. Even if you did 10% of your goals, or if you did 1%, that's great.
So that was a good answer about letting go. So what about outcomes? What about outcomes? If we're letting go, then what about the outcome?
Mm, You mean goals, right? Setting goals and what is the outcome of your decisions?
Yes.
Mm. Yeah, that's also coming back to the same point. By setting goals, actually you set yourself to a level that if you go below it, you are frustrated. And actually, most of the people go through this, and very often you set your 10 goals of the year, and then at the end of the year, if you did 5, you are frustrated, but you forgot that you did 5. So I think the outcome is still, again, that what makes everyday life perfect to you and to everybody around. This doesn't mean that we should not set goals. We set goals, and the most important thing is the path to that goal. You might change it in the middle. You might find some uncaps. Your script will block you for some points, and you just move. But by experience, at the end of the year, you will find yourself having a lot of outcome and not necessarily the one that you just set at the beginning of the year. So it's perfect.
Very good. Terrific. What about willingness? Why is willingness important in growth?
Mm. What do you mean, Mark? You mean, yeah, you mean just if you wish to grow, what is the question? I mean, if you can just repeat it.
We were talking about letting go, right?
Yeah,
Grow, ups and downs.
yeah.
But isn't willingness like an important factor in all this? Shouldn't have one be willing to let go? Shouldn't one be willing to go through the ups and downs? You know?
You mean just before starting, we should set like a sort of framework that we are for sure going to do these ups and downs and uh, right? This is what you mean?
Right. And also, are you willing to let go?
Mm, It's a difficult question now. Yeah, yeah. With
You
my
said,
experience, it's better not to set anything at the beginning. The more you set some constraint to yourself, the more it's very hard for you to manage later on, because your script is very smart. It will at the end um, try to analyze what you did as of now and what you have set as goals, as constraint at the beginning. So this is, as I said as well, this is another level of trying to choose, because the more you go up, the more your script is relaxed, but at the same time your script is very smart. It will trick you differently. So if you set different constraint at the beginning of your day, of your year, your script will not let it go. You can let it go, but he will not. He will try to every time try to project yourself currently with what you have set, and then he will threaten you. Oh, you are not doing that now, you are doing that now. So I think let it go should be just very easy. Just let it go, that's it.
talking about the script over here, is the script on your side or against you for the most part?
Sorry, again, Mark.
We're going back to the script over here, and you've mentioned the script a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, do you think the script is for you or against you?
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. At the first level, at the first floor, As I said, some people are lucky because their script has been built all over their life correctly. So, but for most of the people, the script is against them initially. So, but it has a very smart point, which is it's adapting very quickly. And actually, the script is simply trying to balance your life, and it's trying to try to avoid some threat. The goal of the script all the time is to give you a hint, a tip that there is a threat on some areas. So the more you go with it, the more you understand the script, the more it will help you, because it's a skill as well. Having this trigger all the time is very important. You should not also let go each and everything. Sometimes when you just listen to yourself and trust yourself, sometimes the script is answering, but sometimes the gut is answering. So it's a mix of both threat and gut feeling that you have just to listen to both. So thinking that the script is against you is not a good idea, but at the initial phase, you have to, just ignore it and just choose. And with time, you will build new neurons, and these neurons will be awesome, and they will help you more.
Wow. I'm blown away right here. Awesome
Thank
job.
you.
Wow.
Thank you.
So you put up a word and it kind of stuck out. Can you elaborate more about it? And the word was understand, understanding.
The script, you mean?
Yes. Understanding the script.
Okay. Yeah, actually, it's very hard to do this. You cannot explain your point of view about things. Actually, I just describe things in visual sort of patterns. So if you want me to describe this in a more easy way, actually, the script is like it's like a river, and that river doesn't have water, is empty. But the river, it has shape. It's a maze actually, and it has no water. And you yourself, you are the water which should go on that river. And this river, it could be built by the humanity, by genes, and could be built by you yourself during your life. So you are the water. When you wake up in the morning, you throw that water in that river, and you are conscious only about the top of the water. Hopefully, I'm very clear here. So, and this river have some roundabouts. The roundabouts are the choosing points. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thought will take you up some path, and that path will take you thought after thought to many to different areas. So if you start your day with thinking about your problem at work, it will drag you down towards that, and you have a very bad day if you are not choosing. So every one of us has that water going throughout the river, and every event of their life will pull them towards one path. Sometimes this path make you feel bad, sometimes this one make you feel good. So the script is that river, empty river. It will take you wherever you have been going through that path many times. So the more you go through that path, the more it's very deep. So the more water will drop that path very quickly. So the goal here is to create a new path which are helpful. No need all the time to go through the path which makes you feel bad. And there are different sort of people. Some people have different pattern of thinking. For example, the introvert, they are stimulated by the cloud. When there are a lot of people, they are dragged down to a path which will make them feel, noisy, and they don't want to sit with people and everything. The extrovert, they are the opposite. When they sit alone, they are dragged down with their inner thoughts. So they have different paths. So we are not judging that actually. We should not judge the river. We should judge our choosing and water where it should go. So I think we can create our own path, and that path, it doesn't matter if it works or no. At the end of the day, if it doesn't work, you just stop it. You choose different path, and this is my description of all of this. So I give it a, just I can draw it. It's much better for me to understand. I believe some other people see it differently, and I also I'm fine with that as well. So it could be only me. It could be many of like us, but doesn't matter.
Wow. We had a breakthrough over here. I'm unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. That is really, I think that a lot of people will get a lot out of that explanation. Seriously.
Hopefully,
I
yeah.
want to bring up one word for you too, and it seems like you talk a lot about, from it, heart. Why is the heart so important?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, there is a misunderstanding of heart very often, that the heart is just here, right? But we came across understanding that the heart is just in the brain. The heart is whatever chemical is being thrown to the brain at every event of your life. So the amygdala will throw threats hormones. Your gut has different hormones and everything. So that's I think scientifically how they explain it. I'm not also into that field. Uh, yeah, actually, heart, if we explain it from what humanity knows now about heart, which is related to emotions, is all about what what you feel at certain point of time. You feel good or you feel bad. That's dynamism of feeling good and bad. This is heart. Yeah, so that's it.
And a couple more things, because I know that you got some things to do, and I really appreciate it. How about joy? Isn't Do you feel joy in your life?
Yeah, actually, when I started my first, 13 by 4 that I've created myself, I put Joe as one of them. As I told you, I don't let go each and everything. So I set a goal. Let's enjoy it. No need. It doesn't have to be. Um, it doesn't have to be all the time very serious and very perfect. And actually, my wife helped me a lot on this. She's a kind of person who's makes you feel very happy, and she doesn't bother about the details, and she make it very good. So that's why I'm learning from her. And joy is very important. And when you start putting this in your goal, you choose a day that you are enjoying it. Really, it will bright everywhere. Your family, your kids, your life, your work. I mean, we can handle each and everything in our life with a certain level of stress, but not the stress that will kill you. So we have to enjoy it, even solving problems that I do every day actually. Uh, we should enjoy it at the end. Doesn't have to be so serious and so bothering. Yeah.
What an awesome guy. Awesome. All right,
Thank
we're gonna finish up in a couple minutes. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read to you a affirmation, and I think you might like this one. And if it relates to you or whatever, just share really quickly about it. But I think that this is a good one for you. It says, "I move forward with optimism, confidence, and renewed vitality." I'll say it again. I move forward with optimism, confidence, and renewed vitality. How does that strike you?
Yeah, I think you asked the right questions just to cover this sentence, right? I think
Yes.
we finished it already. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just to summarize, we have to trust ourselves. I mean, we have to hear ourselves. we have to choose the right thing, and we have to grow in an average which is acceptable, and we don't have just to also push ourselves to be at a certain level that will, you know, let us, be frustrated. I mean, just as a summary, that's it.
That was awesome. Um, Listen, we're about to, close out, but there's people like watching the show, and it could be, somebody that you know or someone dear to
I'm
you,
sure.
or it could be a total stranger. And it could be right now, or it could be the recorded version, 5 years or a year, or even tomorrow.
Okay.
What advice would you give someone about what we talked about, growth? Like a total stranger or someone that you know, what would you tell somebody?
Hmm. Yeah, actually, those who will do some research until unless Google will not show them the video without their searching, without putting it in the search bar. If they are searching it, means they are looking for an answer. So I'm afraid to be disappointing for them that they might not find the answer immediately, because everyone who's searching for an answer, he is already tuned to a certain reality. And that reality, if you don't find the right book, if you don't find the right answer, you will keep searching only for that. So this is one problem. So what I could tell to everyone is that if you are searching for an answer, really search for many answers. Try to revise your question. And first of all, disconnect from the internet just to find your answer yourself. If you couldn't find it, the power of the group is very powerful. You just sit with somebody like we are doing now, and we just open discussion, ask a lot of questions, and it doesn't matter if the question is about who we are, from where we came. You know, these questions that most of the people try to avoid. Even ask these and put them somewhere if you don't have an answer. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, if you have different thoughts, if you have different opinion, if you have different beliefs, it doesn't matter. Try to find the answer yourself, and the growth will help you find an answer yourself, even if it takes you all your life. But the time you will switch to the other life, if we think this is right, um, you will have an answer. I mean, it doesn't matter. That's it. This is my answer.
All right. Well, it's been a fantastic cup of tea with Kais, and I'm
Coffee.
very proud and grateful for having him on.
Thank
Kais,
you.
you want to say goodbye to everybody before we close out?
Oh yeah, I just say hi to everyone, and I'm sure some of them we know already. So thank you so much for being a friend for me now for a year almost, and hopefully this will continue. And we have a lot to do. And I have many questions also for you for the things that you are doing, but we can do it later on. And I can announce that I have also some plan to do something, and it's still in the research phase. Hopefully it will come up one day. I'm not pushing myself as well. Yeah.
This is a preview, right?
Yeah, somehow, yes.
The teaser. The Kais has a teaser over here. Well, bravo. Bravo, my friend.
Thank you so much.
So we're gonna close out. This is Mark finishing my cup of tea with Kais, and I
Coffee.
wish everyone well.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.